Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So we were just speaking how we feel at this moment, just round the corner. But do we feel springy? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And we could say, well, maybe there's something wrong with me. And we can blame ourselves. But this is more than just ourselves. There's much more happening than just what meets the eye. And so we would suggest that some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing may fall into these kind of categories. Feeling a bit despondent. Feeling, I don't know if I can take this anymore. Feeling, is this really happening? Feeling a sense of weariness, like, you know what, I can't, there is, how far do I keep this going? How far do I go on with this, with my families having different opinions, people having different opinions? That's just the way it is. It's opinions. Everyone has an opinion and they're stuck with them. Right? Got to go with your heart. That's what we've all been saying. You can't rely on anything. Can't rely on anything because you don't know what's going on. 1 minute do this, 1 minute do that. 1 minute do this, 1 minute do that. The science does not make sense. Anyone with half a brain knows this. Anyone with basic science knows this. By showing people graphs and numbers, we can make anything look anything. Visuals, you know, humanity is such a creature. It gets lots more from a picture than it gets from words. You know, so have to ask yourself, what is it that you're doing and the impact it's having as real within you, as from yourself, your family, people around you. I heard this morning that more people committed suicide in in Japan than all the people who died in Japan of COVID. That's quite a significant number. Whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. But we do know that the impact on people's mental health is starting to become significant in all sorts of ways. So rather than trying to save the world, which is what really is impossible to do, is to first get yourself in a place where you're in a little bit more solid in yourself. Because the changes that we have been speaking about are now upon us. The paradigm, we started our first session with saying a paradigm shift upon us. Paradigm shift means we were looking like this. It's like one day is black and white. Next day, everything is technicolor and singing to you. Right? It's a sudden shift. We've had a year to be conditioned into a particular way of thinking. And this would happen if we picked an animal out there and started domesticating it. This is now, you know how an animal feels. Yeah? We have to go through this. So we realize, okay, this is happening. Now we have to question ourselves. The experience we can't change, it's happening as it's happening. So we have to question ourselves. What's going on? What makes sense in this moment for me? And I can't rely on information. I can't rely on people. I think I need to know myself. I really do need to know for myself, because who can you go to now? And this, how do I get to know to myself? The only way you will know what is best for you is if you listen to yourself. This is where your meditation is important. Can't come out of it now. We're in it. Sure. But it's okay. Learn to surf a bit. Get through it. It's all right. It's over. The game, as I keep telling you, you know, darkness begins at 7 o'clock in the evening and it may last till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But after 12, the new day is upon us. So the new day is upon us. Shift has happened and is happening. But in this shift, we have to adjust ourselves to accommodate the shift. That's why it's so painful. That's why it impacts us on a physical level, on a mental level, on an emotional level. And now we want meaning in life. What the hell's it all been about? We want meaning. Not what has it been about, but what's it about? What's the meaning of you being you? You're alive. Your life. What is the everything has a purpose. Yeah, this bell has a purpose, this thing has a purpose, everything has a purpose. What are you doing? How are we living? And I think those questions are now becoming relevant. We need real answers, not that religious mumbo jumbo stuff. Keep saying that. Step away from belief systems. If you can't experience it, it ain't real. It ain't real. If you can't experience it, it isn't real. That should be your measure. That should be your measure. Trust the organic body, far more intelligent than all those that are offering you irreversible solutions. Irreversible solutions. There are some solutions which are reversible, some solutions which are irreversible. So we have to be cautious. So is there a solution in our current dilemma that we can have that is reversible? And vitamins begin to show the miracle that they are. Organic, body uses it. Guess what? Vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, all of those things that everyone was told are ineffective by some of the most senior people in the world are now demonstrating to be of value. In fact, far greater value than that which is irreversible. Time to now wake up from our delusions. Look, if our reality is just based on what we are told, then anyone who's telling you that controls your reality. Remember a couple of years ago, everyone was going to get bombed by ISIS. And then we had that flying pig, swine flu. Remember that one? Chicken flu. We've had quite a few, haven't we? Interesting, that. But humanity, the body itself, the organic system, everywhere, the whole system. When I talk about organic system, I talk about existence. And in existence, there is anything that's solid, anything that's liquid, anything that's energetic, like light, fire, plasma, anything that's a gas, and all space. 5 elements. These 5 elements, the substrate of this is consciousness. Yeah, that's what we call existence, universe, God, oneness, whatever you want to call it, call it. But this is the reality of existence. And it has an intelligence. Cut yourself and you'll notice it has an intelligence how to heal it. Cut your hair and it'll tell you how long for it to grow. It doesn't just grow forever. Have you ever noticed that? It knows how long to grow. It knows when you get infected by a pathogen, that one cell will tell all the other cells that, hey, there's something going on here. How does it do that? We can explain it. Oh, there's a chemical, there's a charge, but there's an intelligence. Everything is based on an intelligent system that is unfolding the way it's going to unfold. Yeah? Ocean has all these waves, but the waves are going to move as they're going to move. You, I, all of us are those waves. Call us ice cubes, call us waves, whatever you want to do, but that's all it is. And we are in this process now, and it's energetically fast, and it's compression. So it's a shift, everything goes in a moving now in that paradigm shift, in which, one, we're going to have to change our lifestyle. Two, first, we're going to have to change our worldview. Everything we should focus on is, if I drink this, or if I eat this, or if I put my hand in the fire, only then can I tell you what the experience is. That's the measure of truth. That which does not change. That which does not change. And all the solutions that are being offered are all those that are changing day by day. So what do you trust? So in this process that is unfolding before us, you can't stop it, I can't stop it. But we can learn to disengage from it. We can learn to hold ourselves in some level of clarity and attention. In some level of clarity and attention. Not be drawn in all the emotional dramas that are going on. And yes, we are going to experience, as we told many months ago, it's a wave. So we go from shock, remember, 2 weeks, flatten the curve, yeah, 2 weeks, March, shock. Shock, disbelief, startled. Stage 1. Stage 2, getting a bit angry, anxious. The protests begin. Then everything opens. Stage 3, bring it back in. And this time a bit more tighter. So that when we had September, October, and as we went to December, hey, you got some out, in. So it's a process. The process of the unfolding. And as it's doing that, it's taken all those who are engaged in it in a process in which it's had a toll on their mental capacity to hold on. Everything that you thought you were in control of, gone. But it's okay, because it brings us now to an understanding that this intelligence that I speak of is unfolding as it needs to unfold. It always unfolds to its own advantage, and its own advantage is always compassionate. It's always compassionate. The end result is that it is that which helps each and every living, existing consciousness that is sentient, that knows. It's all of that just waking up to what it is. And as we begin this journey to move into this truth, we realize that actually you don't need to be freaking out. It's okay, you're held. Everyone is held. When we trust the other, we are at their mercy. But when we find our own truth, then our own truth is our witness, bearing witness, being present to yourself. So we are in this process, and all these mental and emotional impact it's having, and the physical, is simply moving us. All that needs to be let go of, we're going to have to let go of. And much of it may be painful. Because that, look, everything is changed, right? Now we know that. but we still hold on. No, we still hold on. Yeah, that's just the capacity of ourself. It's just a capacity. And the more we hold on, the harder it is to experience anything but pain. Because that attachment is the source. Attachment is the source of all our suffering. And it's not what you're attached to. That's not the problem. No. It's what within you is attached. And it's only a mental thing. And mindfulness, meditation will free you from that. Emancipate yourself. And as we free ourselves, we realize, oh, okay, the whole thing's been a joke. Not just what's been a joke, but you yourself, existence, all of this is a play. It's a theater. It's an unfolding. And it has to be recognized for its majesty and enjoyed. And we've forgotten that. And we've been woken up to that. So there are many gifts that are being reclaimed from humanity's point of view. So yes, we will suffer, but there are many gifts. As you let go of that, much more is coming our way moment by moment. And the lies will fall. Can't hold on. Doesn't matter whether inside us or outside. They need effort. And no one's got that much effort anymore. Yeah? And as we move into spring, enjoy that energy. And no one's got that much effort anymore. Yeah? And as we move into spring, enjoy that energy. What did we do for our mental health? What did we do for our emotional health? What did we do for our physical health? And what did we do for our spiritual health? Just keep those in mind. Yeah, just keep those in mind, and everything else will fall into place because it's an intelligent system. When we are out of harmony, it is not the system's fault, it's our disharmony. As we become more and more aligned with existence and ourselves, then we are part and parcel of the whole. Okay, so shall we go on with our meditation? Enough?
And needed.
Yeah. You know, we don't take life seriously. No, we don't. All right. So again, today we will, So again, we will work with the word har. Okay? Har. Now, why is the mantra important? Har. Right? If you feel okay using it, use it. If you don't feel okay using it, it's all right. But it's worth a go. So, har represents many, many things, but the more we practice this, the more we realize we awaken something within ourselves. And the way we awaken it is when we are saying it, we are stimulating something on the top of our palate. When we are whispering it, we are doing it in a different way. When we are doing it within ourselves, we are kind of tuning ourselves in another way. And then when we are listening, we are allowing things to fall in place, so to speak. So there are different levels that we go through with this one sound. And we spoke about frequency medicine. Har, ha, so Allah, Jehovah, Wahe, har, ha. The sound ha is present in many sacred sounds. Right? And the reason is, one of the reasons is that when you breathe out, the sound is, it's a, and that is there is no breath. So it takes you to the end. right? So there's a little space that we normally touch in our meditation. So we're going to try and combine a few things. We're going to combine the sound. The sound is something that allows us to go within, and with the sound, allow ourselves to let go, such that the sound and us just become a kind of a pulsing, that we're just listening to it. See if we can get to that kind of space. If we can, all good and well. If not, just enjoy the journey. All right, okay. So as usual, just, and as you close your eyes, notice that there is darkness. So there's a realization here that you don't actually see with your eyes, you see through your eyes. But the seer is the one that is now aware of the darkness. That's your inner light. That's everyone's inner light. So just take a moment to recognize that if you can. Just the fact that you have awareness. And the reason this awareness is like a light is because wherever you point it, it will illuminate what's there. So bring your focus now to the chair or the floor you're sitting on. So that's taking this light and shining it at a particular place. And as you do that, there is a knowing of the sensations where the body makes contact with whatever you're sitting on. And then you can bring this light upwards so you become aware of your hips gently, all the way towards your waist. And then you can gently move this focus down your thighs towards your knees. So notice wherever you're taking this light, you begin to notice the sensations that are present there, and you become aware of that place. Move it down now towards your ankles, and then from your ankles to your feet. And then bringing this awareness, this light, to the soles of your feet. So you have the capacity to move it wherever you want to move it. This is the energy component of consciousness. Bringing your focus, this light, back to the chair that you're on. Shining this light upwards, you can notice that your back is straight and upright. As you breathe in, bring this focus gently up towards your lower back. Then moving this up towards your middle back. So as you watch the middle back and the chest, notice that there is movement as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Notice your shoulders, your shoulder blades. And then from your shoulders moving down towards your elbows, moving down towards your wrists. And then holding that focus just at your palms as best as you can. Notice how your fingers feel. See, you can take this light all the way to the tips of your fingers, bringing it back to your eyes. Notice the darkness again. Allow this part to soften, to relax. Just the intention to relax allows that part to soften. Moving your focus now to your tongue. Notice you can move your focus to the tip of your tongue. You can soften your tongue. There are sensations on the roof of your mouth. So you have the ability to shine this light, and it'll give you information. Allow your face to relax. Move your focus now just beneath your nose. Begin to notice the movement of your breath. And when you find that your focus has drifted for your breath, you've started thinking about something, notice that. Gently but firmly come back to your breath, realizing that you have the ability to hold your focus exactly where you want it. Bringing your focus now towards your chest. And ask yourself, how do you feel right now? In this moment of now. Not what you're thinking, but how do you feel? So the more you shine this light on how you feel, beyond the thoughts, the clearer you will recognize how you feel in the moment of now. On your next breath out, just expand your awareness so you become aware of your whole body. And just get a sense of it. Just the wholeness of it. Notice that you can hold your focus embodied, being aware of your body as best as you can. Sensing the sensations as a whole. And when you're ready, just gently bringing your focus back to your breath. And begin to focus on the movement of your breath. And as you watch your breath, begin to recognize the start of the in-breath and the end of your in-breath, and the same for your out-breath. Using that light like a laser beam, following the in-breath from the start till the end. Stop, notice the gap, and following the out-breath from the start till the end, and when you see the gap. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Now, if you can, try and bring your focus to the sound of your breath. So you begin to listen to the breath as it's coming in. You begin to listen to the breath as it goes out. As best as you can. Stay with your breath. Notice the sound of the in-breath if you can as you're coming in. Notice the sound of the out-breath as it's going out. And now, as the breath goes out, within your mind, saying to yourself, mentally is the sound har. Simply saying har within yourself, synchronized with the movement of your breath and listening to it. If the breath is slow, the har is slow. If the breath is fast, the har is fast. Stay with the sound, listening, synchronized with your breath. And when you're ready, you begin to whisper the sound to yourself. So your tongue moves, the sound is the whisper of the sound, har, and your focus is listening to the sound. So you're whispering just enough so only you can hear. And because you're listening to the heart, the chatter in the mind begins to stop. Hold your focus. And now gently increasing the volume such that you're gently saying it. Heart, 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 heart. Slowly reducing the volume. Heart, heart. Once again, becoming aware of the breath and mentally, gently reciting the same sound, synchronized with the breath. Still gently reciting Har within yourself, listening to it. And the more intently you listen to it, the deeper you go into the moment of now. And now we gently begin to reduce the volume of the Har within ourselves. With every breath out, the Har gets fainter and fainter. Fainter, almost moving towards your heart. On your next breath out, gently open your awareness, begin to listen to the sounds around you. And within that, perhaps that little pulse in your heart that still is beating hard. Following the breath, sound of the bell as far as you can. Allowing yourself to merge in the silence. Notice how your awareness holds everything together. The silence, the sounds, your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations. It's the container. Notice the calmness, the peace, the silence of your own space. Recognize that within yourself. When you're not the thoughts, when you're not the sensations, when you're not the emotions, notice this light within yourself. Awareness. Unchanging, timeless, peaceful and safe. Recognize your experience. Bringing your focus back to your breath and sitting with your breath. time out. The breath breathes by itself. Your heart beats by itself. Thoughts come and go by themselves. While you sit here watching the breath. On your next breath out, expanding your awareness to include your whole body. Notice how the body feels. Just the intention to smile can help the body become more sensitive and less tense. Notice that the chair or whatever you're sitting on still holds you. You're always being held. You can still sense sensations in your body. You can move your focus down to your thighs, all the way down to your legs, to your feet. Notice how straight your back feels, how still the body feels. Stillness of body, silence of mind. Notice that your shoulders, arms, hands are relaxed and comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, face is relaxed. Sitting with your breath again. And before you come out of this meditation, you're going to make an intention that when the bell stops, you will take some deep breaths in deliberately and then gently opening your eyes and coming back to the room. Okay, everyone back? Good stuff. Thank you very much.